everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Today is the 4th of March 2023. So guys, the European Union EU has extended sanctions on Zimbabwe by 1 year as it pushes Harare to implement democratic reforms and uphold human rights. In a statement issued on 20th February 2023, the EU said the restrictive measures are in the form of an arms embargo and targeted assets freeze against one company, Zimbabwe Defense Industries. And so here is a statement from the European Union, Zimbabwe, a statement by the High Representative on behalf of the European Union. The European Union EU reiterates its ambition to continue developing a more constructive relationship with Zimbabwe. The EU welcomes the intention of Zimbabwe's president to extend an invitation to the EU to deploy an electoral observation mission for the 2023 elections once constitutional process have been finalized. The EU follows closely the process leading up to the elections, which are of great importance to the trajectory of the country. The EU encourages all electoral stakeholders, state and non-state alike, to play their role in ensuring the organization of a credible and peaceful electoral process. The EU election observation 18 provided a set of recommendations and encourages actors to continue improving the electoral framework to allow for credible, inclusive and transparent elections. The EU welcomes the recent launch of the dialogue platform related to arrears clearance and debt resolution process and looks forward to tangible progress in this process. Furthermore, the EU welcomes Zimbabwe's engagement on the universal periodic review process, the alignment of legislation with the 2013 Constitution, the attachment of the Independent Complaints Commission Act, the New Marriages Act, and the high-level political compact on gender-based violence. Other developments are of concern from a democratic and civic space perspective. These include the Data Protection Act and if attached bills such as the Private Voluntary Organizations Amendment Bill and the patriotic provisions in the Criminal Law Amendment Bill. The EU also maintains its concerns that the recommendations of the Muhlada Commission of Inquiry have not been followed substantially, and the perpetrators of violations which occurred in August 2018 and January 2019 are to date still enjoying impunity from prosecution. It is important that international human rights obligations are adhered to and the constitutional rights of the people of Zimbabwe respected. In view of all the above, in its 2023 revision of the restrictive measures, the EU has decided to extend by 1 year the two measures in place. First, the arms embargo and targeted assets freeze against one company, Zimbabwe Defense Industries. Since February 2022, there are no listed individuals. The EU will continue to closely follow developments with a particular attention to the human rights situation and recalls its readiness to adapt the whole range of its policies accordingly. The remaining restrictive measures in place do not affect the people of Zimbabwe, its economy, foreign direct investments, or trade. Zimbabwe continues to benefit from duty-free and quota-free access of its exports to the EU, while negotiations are ongoing to deepen the Eastern and Southern Africa Economic Partnership Agreement (ESA). There is significant potential in terms of investment and job opportunities, provided that the government promote political and economic reforms, facilitate a conducive and more predictable business environment, tackle corruption, and foster respect for human rights and the rule of law. Together with EU member states, the EU will continue to support Zimbabwe's National Development Strategy 1, in particular on gender equality and women empowerment and greener and climate-smart agriculture, with over 400 million euro until 2025. The EU commits itself to enhancing common efforts on addressing climate change on the basis of the Zimbabwe and EU commitments at COP27. The EU will continue to support the Zimbabwean people with humanitarian assistance when needed. The EU looks forward to a more comprehensive and constructive Article 8 political dialogue in Harare, including on international issues and more opportunities for high-level meetings. A positive example was the recent mission to Harare from the EU Special Representative for Human Rights. So guys, that's the latest year, another year of sanctions from our European Union. And so ngatitora in the comment section, guys. This is a daily news, breaking news, everyday news. I mean, the reason is clear why they are extending sanctions against Zimbabwe is for example the Mhlahla Commission. I think takachora before last year takati implementation recommendations akaitwa but that commission asatomboitwa and now tato 2023 towards my elections. So it just shows that they don't take those matters seriously. Is on 1 August 2018, we all know what happened there, and they need justice for you. But in Yazakangotsikwa and Vachoka concert that they were deployed to other countries as ambassadorship. Saka one wakato promote instead of Sungwe waende Mijeri. So mutemega mimi kutoti sanctions are ambofaka viswa. And said part is that later this year change anti-sanctions gala spend mari dzakati one day tichita demonstrations shows what's the use of having an anti-sanctions day if you can just do the right thing, which is respect the rule of law, which is respect my human rights. And so we're gonna be keeping you guys up to date with the latest here on daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Men Entertainment TV. Remember to like, share, comment and follow. Bless up.